All right, so here we're going to look into the question of which locations are most efficient. Before we dive into the chart, just quickly, high level, why does this matter? If you have an at-risk contract, your focus is less on revenue and more on cost. So any at-risk provider is really going to care about efficiency of locations. And then also just in general, even if you are on a fee-for-service contract, in the long run, your reimbursement rate is going to come down. So at a certain point, efficiency does start to matter. So it's just important to keep this view in the back of your mind, really independent of the kind of care that you're providing. So on the vertical axis, we have care rendered in the last 4 months by location. On the horizontal axis, we have location costs in the last 4 months. So this data typically comes from two different places. This will come from whatever you're using for your accounting, and this is going to be coming from your billing. So you need to combine those two information sources to get a view like this. Each dot represents a location. So this dot here, this dot is realistically your most efficient location. So if you think about it, their care rendered in the last 4 months is not only the highest, but their cost is the lowest. So you're going to want to study this location, understand why it's doing so well, and try to replicate all those things in your other locations. And then if we want to find the other end of the extreme, here we have a location where their care rendered is second lowest and their cost is second highest. So this is potentially your worst location. What we would want to do after getting this visual is we'd also want to force rank these locations from best to worst. This visual doesn't provide that, but once you get to this stage of the analysis, you could just force rank it and really get a clearer picture of who's the best and who's not. In terms of location management, really in general, first you want to make the locations aware of where they stand in terms of performance, and then it really becomes a function of planning, coming up with plans to help them improve, and then executing those plans. And in some cases, you may have to close some locations just because either they're not on the right, they're just not structured correctly, and you have to build out new lanes, and it's just better to start all over. It really just depends, location by location, case by case. So feel free to reach out either on this topic or any other topics location related, and we'd be happy to help.